So those of you that have been following me for a while will have seen that I have been using the Gama diffuser when blow drying my hair. But as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I borrowed it from my friend. She has now selfishly asked for it back. So it is down to me to find an alternative. And I saw something on Instagram that I figured looked quite interesting. So the two sort of alternative diffusing methods that I've seen most commonly on social media is using a sieve and using fishnets. Now I don't have any fishnets, so I took the trip to B&M and I bought myself a sieve. It was about £2.99, I think. And the reason why I bought this one, I'm going to analyse my sieve now. First of all, you can see how big it is. I've got a big head, I've got lots of hair, so I figured this one would probably do the best job at sort of covering as much of my hair as possible when I dry it. It's also got a nice sort of sturdy handle. I do actually have a sieve sort of floating around in my kitchen that I used first, and that it worked all right, but because it was so old, the handle was a bit wobbly. And it didn't feel particularly safe when drying my hair. So I was in the search for a big sieve, sturdy handle, and as I say, B&M delivered. So without further ado, I will now show you guys how I got on. That was how I used the sieve to diffuse my hair on a wash day. I did the exact same thing when I did my refresh this morning. So what I'm going to do now, it's got a little bit of a cast going on. I'm going to just quickly take my rings off and then I will scrunch out the crunch and we will go through the results. So these are my two little tools for scrunching out the crunch. The first one is the Superdrug Imbue Curl Energizing Hydration Serum. And the second is my trusty water bottle that I got for a few quid off Amazon. So I generally do 1 pump of the serum, a little bit of the water, and then I sort of rub it in my hand to sort of just emulsify it. And I find that adding the water helps stop my hair feeling so weighed down. Then I gently run my hands over my hair in praying hands motion, this is called. And then once I feel like my hair is sort of mostly removed the cast, I will then just give it a little scrunch just to counterbalance the sort of stretching out of using the praying hands. I'll do the same on the other side. So just 1 pump of the serum, a little bit of the water. Again, praying hands method. I find that my hair really likes praying hands because it helps sort of smooth down any of those naughty little frizzies that are trying to escape, and it just sort of really helps with the definition and sort of helps keep those clumps together. Then the last bit I like to do, I don't put any more on my hands, this is just sort of the residue of the serum. I just give my roots a nice big fluff. And that really just gives my hair that sort of bounce, volume and movement that it needs. So one thing I've noticed when comparing using the sieve to diffuse as opposed to using the diffuser to diffuse is that using the sieve gives me a slightly better cast. I am going to assume that's because obviously the sieve being metal, when I'm using my blow dryer on it, it sort of heats up. So I find that that really helps that cast form. Having said that, obviously, because you are using something metal, putting it close to your hair and then blasting it with hot air from the hairdryer, it will heat up. So that does increase the risk of heat damage. So that is something that might be worth taking into consideration if you were thinking about switching out your diffuser for a sieve. I did also find as well, I don't know if it's where my hair's so long, I actually found it quite difficult to sort of get to all my roots. I was able to sort of flip my hair all to one side, have the sieve here, and then do the same for the other side. But sort of the roots near my crown and at the back of my head, I don't know if it's just where I need to sort of perfect my technique a little bit, but I did find that it wasn't quite as easy to get to the roots as it is when using the diffuser. But obviously the big main advantage of using a sieve as opposed to a diffuser is simply the price tag. You guys know me by now, you know I love any sort of budget hacks, anything to save a couple of quid here and there. The sieve that I used was about £3 from B&M, and the diffuser that I've got my eye on is £50. So it's sort of, you weigh up the pros and cons really. Now apart from obviously sort of struggling to get to the roots, I did find sort of overall I got fairly similar results when using the diffuser and the sieve. I did find as well, when I was getting to sort of the mid-lengths and ends of my hair with my head upside down, I actually think I got slightly better results on the mid-lengths and ends of my hair. I got more bounce and more shrinkage. So if that's sort of your curl goals, then using the sieve will have the upper hand there. So that is my review of using a sieve to dry your hair. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you've tried using a sieve. I know some of you will have because I've seen it on Instagram. As always, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and I will see you soon. Bye bye! I took the trip to B&M and I bought I don't know why I stopped because the microphone never picks it up. Till on your head and then blasting it with hot air. Doing. So that is something that you might need to sort of consider and think about if you were considering and thinking about